Uh, but anyway, here we are. Here we are. I think this is probably why we've been wanting to do this the entire time for the most part. Season
Yeah.
3 is such an interesting specimen, and we gotta do this is the context part. Context again. So season 2, let me see when season 2 came out, 2018-ish. Oh
Yeah,
God.
yeah, yeah. You
Oh
said
my
season
God.
3 and 4 were released at the same time. Recorded,
Uh
or they made them at the same
the
time,
same year. Uh
same year.
or same-ish year, I think. Hold on, let me check that. Yeah, same year. Same year, both in 2022. So that's 4 years. Oh my God, 4 years between season 2 and 3. I can't believe it. That's kind of messed up. I'm mad at you, Donald. I
Man,
I think it did like. I mean, I kind of like that. Hey, we got season 3 and 4 in a year, but they could have just held it for like another year. Like I
yeah,
think it
facts.
was fun.
Let us breathe and let us take some time. But they were just like, I guess they just had stuff to do. I don't know.
I think. Well, also Donald Glover, he always talks about he wants to like do things in spurts. So maybe
Yeah,
he himself just wanted it to come out that way for reasons.
yeah.
Well, also because like shortly after that, Swarm came out. You remember that? That was like a year later after that.
Swarm?
Swarm,
Oh,
the
oh,
Beyonce
oh.
serial killer.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so maybe he wanted just like a boom, 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 triple punch, and then after that, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yep, yep,
So like
facts.
so
Showed
it's
it.
like a bunch of projects all at once.
Yeah,
So
and I wonder what he's gonna do. I think he said he's producing a movie next or something with a movie.
Sissy, all right, you know what? That's so funny, man. So funny because effing, I had a guy, Donald, a friend of mine, Donald, on the channel, and Zach Braxton, a friend on the channel, who's they both been on the channel. They keep telling me about Donald Glover, his next movie about tied to the album Bando Stone and the New World, right? Uh,
Hmm.
where the fudge is this movie? Because they said, oh no, did you know it's a movie? I'm like, is it a movie? Because I don't think. Where's the movie then? Where's the movie then? I'm not even trying to be like that, but it's like,
Yeah,
is it a
you
movie?
just
Like
never know.
they said, they thought with certainty there's this movie. This as soon as I saw that trailer for Bando Stone in the New World, I was like, I don't think this is a real movie.
Yeah.
That's just me, but I don't
I
know.
haven't heard much about it or Bando. I think I might have heard like I thought it was like an album coming out maybe, but who knows? It might be like a instead of a movie, it might be like a little short movie or a short film or like a documentary. I don't know. I haven't heard much about it. A lot of the time, I think Gambino just keeps a lot of stuff close to the vest. Cause like I didn't even really now that I think about it hear much leaks in terms of anything regarding a lot of stuff with Atlanta, even though I really wasn't looking for it, but still.
Right. Well, also like, well, season 3 it's easy to hide it because they were in Europe that whole
Yeah.
time, and then season 4, I think would have been harder to hide, but they shot all of this straight, probably all straight through in a way, for since it all released like this, like
Yeah.
so, like yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. All right,
Man,
or
I'm
wait,
just going through season three's the episode list, and man, this is just like because
banger,
every
banger,
the first
banger.
episode three slaps, it just goes great from there. But yeah,
Uh, okay, so yeah, I'm all right now. Now this is the now I'm gonna say this to the audience, even though I don't know, depending on how I release these things. Like, even though you and I are going to be doing this, where we do all the white people episodes. I'm still
hmm,
debating on whether or not, since I'm going to do them episode by episode,
yeah,
if I'm going to do that in order or not. Because it could be still cool, like, even though we record it all at once as a chunk and dissect it in that chunk,
hmm,
but still release it in how they released it, it could still be
yep,
interesting in that way.
yeah,
So,
facts, facts.
so I'll have to just see how that is when I'm editing and all that jazz. It's a whole thing later. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm clicking on the three slaps tab. This is gonna be dense, and oh man. I'm just prepared. All right, here we go. Okay, so three slaps. First episode of season 3. This I love it. This is the first episode
Yeah.
of season 3 after 4 years. 4 years, and this.
And I
Oh,
love how it ends too.
yeah, yeah. All right, yeah. Wait. Okay, so let's hear. I had to call this out because this is like this guy. Eh, we're starting big already, fella. This guy. So it's these two guys, white guy, black guy, on a boat
Yeah.
on a lake in Atlanta or whatever. fishing, not a lake. What is it? Or do you know?
Yeah, it's like yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
okay, so yeah, they're fishing on the lake or whatever. And they're just sort of talking, and the white guy tells a story. I'm reading the plot literally off the Wikipedia. Uh, about the town beneath them, populated by black people that was flooded to make the lake. Oh my God.
Yeah, Lake Lanier, it's a true
Oh,
story.
oh my goodness. And in the process, he says people who refuse to leave drowned, and the lake is now haunted. He says these black people were so prosperous and successful that they were almost white. And oh, this is basically like a thesis of like all these episodes. Okay, uh,
Hmm.
so opening a discussion of what constitutes whiteness, in which he proclaims that white and black people are both cursed. It's so good. Uh, as the scene turns darker, the white man turns around to reveal his eyes missing, and the black man is grabbed by the hands of the souls of the black people in the lake. So
Hmm.
first, one thing also, it's like when he says we're cursed too, the black guy can't hear it at first. It's
Yeah, it's
like
muffled.
yeah. And then he's like, wait, what? And then he turns his head and he's like, we're cursed too. So this fella, so this chunk, just this little chunk right here, right now, like think stinking sinners, think Get Out, Jordan Peele, this sauce, this is the new like when Spike Lee was talking about Sinners and how like Ryan Coogler is like tapping into a new genre. I think
Hmm.
Jordan Peele has been tapping into it. I think Donald Glover has been tapping into it, and it's this whatever this juice is this like I don't know. It's like uh, I don't know,
They just going outside the box. They're like,
way
yeah,
out
it's
there.
very creative. I love the creativity. I
But
love the
like
creativeness.
I love how like they're tying in these real world things and the supernatural and making them like linked, but also like the idea of saying whiteness as a curse is such juicy stuff. And I think and the reason I'm pounding so hard on this right now is this is the theme. In every one of these episodes, all the white people we're going to be talking about are cursed. Okay?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
that is just it's like these episodes are the Twilight Zone of everything.
Twin Peaks? Or no, just never
Not
mind.
even Twin Peaks. Like it's like Twin Peaks, but it's different. It's like different. Like where the original episodes from season 1 and 2 up to now were like Black Twin Peaks. This is more like the reason it's more like the Twilight Zone is because it is more personally horrific. It is seen as like these are like the demons of whiteness are for these white people and the things that they are too scared to look at. Uh, and that's what the Twilight Zone is. So like the Twilight Zone, it's they're like parables of like almost like every episode half the time is like watch what you wish for in a sense. It's like do you want this? Uh, and it's fun. Sorry, I just had this. That's a lot of words I just said. But man, that's
It's
all
good
right.
TV, man. It's just great TV.
Okay. Okay. Now all right. So now it starts with this guy named Laquarius. Okay, and also already another thing. So Laquarius, he's in his class. He's sort of not paying attention.
Yeah,
Uh
he just woke up from a nap, and yeah,
literally. Uh and he's just not paying attention until the teacher says, "Hey, guess what? We're all going to have a field trip to go see Black Panther 2." And
yeah,
he gets so excited, gets up on his like he just starts dancing and
dancing, yeah, he
yeah,
just
it's like man,
gets excited. Yep,
and
yep.
everybody's and also I to be honest, I'll guarantee you if I heard that when I was in school, I would be doing the same goddamn thing.
Yeah,
Man,
I would be excited. I don't know about dancing on the desk because I was just not much of a dancer,
I
but
would
yeah,
scream though. I would
yeah,
scream and be too loud. I would be too
yeah, yeah.
loud.
It's a great announcement. Yeah,
Like we're gonna go see Black Panther 2? Like consider Black Panther 1 as like the like yeah, a kid would be like, school is gonna be Black Panther 2? School's gonna be Black Panther 2 that day. Like that's
yeah.
hype. That's hype.
Yeah. Did you ever like when you was in school? Oh, I'm pretty sure you had field trips to movies. But one time in high school, like the most recent time, it was like two of our teachers quit on like the exact same day, and so like, and we was the founding class, so they didn't know what to do with us. And this was the time when the help came out, and we just all went to the movies and to see pizza.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, you like the help?
Yeah, it was Viola Davis. It
Well, yeah, I
was
know her
yeah,
performance
yeah.
was good, but like just the story overall.
Yeah, I didn't like the story. I just like going to not having a school. We went to the movies.
Now, I will say one thing. So my white history teachers, they sent us to go see 482, which
Oh, wow.
which actually I thought was, good credit on them. And it was like she was like a little more of a conservative type white teacher,
Oh, wow.
but it was her idea and initiative to have us all
Yeah.
to see 482,
And
and I thought
42.
that was amazing. And like, and I saw that in theaters as 42 was in theaters, and that my introduction to Chadwick Boseman, and that was from school.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure it was.
pretty darn cool to me.
Chadwick Boseman, it was in that. It was he good had a great performance too.
Yeah, man. We
Oh,
got. I think we
Chadwick.
should do all the Chadwick movies one day, just the movies.
Yep. Yep.
Because he did work a long time before Black Panther, just in the last.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah.
Oh,
Uh. But anyway, god dang it. So yeah,
yeah, back to Atlanta.
that was Black Panther talk for a second. Uh. But anyway, so yeah, the teacher is annoyed with him dancing, being loud. So he goes to the principal's office, and and this is like the apparently like a couple times that this has happened. Maybe that teacher just didn't like him for some reason. Uh, and so they tell his mother, "Hey, we might have to send him to like a special ed class because maybe he has ADD," which could be true. That could,
Yeah, it's yeah. Yeah.
but I could see why. I could also see the mom's perspective of like, why are you sending him to like a special ed class? Because when you say special ed, it sounds bad. But
Yeah,
I bet you special ed classes right now are probably like the fullest they've ever been because of like how much we actually get certain things diagnosed nowadays.
yeah. Yep, yep. I feel
Uh,
like then, like I feel like black, and especially in the, like, I ain't gonna like to like throw excuses for, but I feel like in the black parent household, black community, they don't a lot of the stuff like ADHD, ADD, and stuff like that. They parents don't like to a lot of previous generations, like our parents, and they probably didn't believe in stuff like that, and so
right.
that's why their mom wasn't going for it.
Yeah, like she don't understand the nuances of all that jazz. Uh,
Yeah.
all she's focusing on is making sure he gets the education and all that
hmm
jazz.
Like
Uh,
these white people will kill you. They laughing at you now, but these white people will kill. I was like, hey,
yes. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Good point. So yeah, so like yeah, so right after that situation with the principal, they in the hallway. Yeah, she's basically like, yeah, saying these white people will kill you, which actually this is a very interesting scene because it's like I think two white people when they hear the harshness of these words, it can sound like uh what's the word? Like too harsh, like too
yeah,
rough. But also for black people it is a reality and trying to
yeah.
like get through his head of like you gotta think
hmm
and
You
play
gotta pay
the game.
attention, buddy. Yeah, facts.
Uh and the fact I love that she's trying to do like how when you get caught smoking cigarettes and then your parent like, all right, smoke the whole pack then. She's like,
Yeah,
okay, now do the
you
Dougie.
dancing.
Yeah. And just do all these stinking dance moves.
But that was I don't know if you know that was also that was a viral video clip too of a kid who got in trouble. He had to do all the dance moves while his mom recorded. I was like, man, yeah, that's how it be. They was like, especially if you show out in class, your parents, yeah, they parents find out. Yeah, they gonna find some
That is
speaking from
hilarious.
experience. Yeah.
Oh my god. That's
Yeah, yeah.
great.
And then also it was funny because right after it was like remember like the grandpa you noticed the title was three slaps and the grandpa slapped him three
It's
times
those
and I was just
three
like
slaps. And honestly, I think it like that's the thing that got them was those three petty slaps, by the
yeah
way.
that wasn't even hard slaps like bro I've been hit
I
lit
know, same. I've been
but
smacked
hey
harder.
white people man sometimes they don't even realize they're caught doing more harm than good than they actually know and that's exactly what happened because it was like I'm gonna get you I was like oh my God.
I'm gonna get
And
you.
then it happened.
And that's so interesting. So yeah, the white. principal or counselor lady is like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna
I'm gonna
get you
get you
out
out
of
of there.
here. I'm gonna
I was like,
save
oh my
you." Uh, ooh, so and I think that's like her energy is something to note. This like virtue signaling, I will save you. Uh,
yeah, like I'm good, lady. You don't need to save me.
literally, like yeah, the mom was saying hard. Like I think the problem is also like the counselor is taking the two actions and putting them together. The harsh words of the mom and the petty slaps of the grandpa.
Yeah.
I think I think the petty slaps were barely a thing. Like
Yeah, that like it was just like it wasn't even like I've got
they were so
that's on
sheepish.
the
They're like
yeah. Yeah.
it's almost like if you got slapped with a glove, but
Hmm.
with like just like and it's literally just I don't know. It's like the
You know,
grandpa
like how you know, like how when babies are first born and they don't cry when they first come out, and the doctor will
they
like do
spank
a
the butt. It's literally yeah. They probably
yeah,
spank
it's
the butt.
literally
The
that.
baby's harder
It
than
doesn't
that.
hurt at all.
Like come on,
But
dude. Come
yeah,
on.
but yeah, white people see that and just like yeah,
And also the kid could have been playing it up just because it's like it's embarrassing. Like oh,
yep,
all right. But anyway, so then what happens? Oh yeah, so yeah, Aquarius goes home with his mom. He doesn't want to eat the spaghetti. Wine, wine, wine. Uh, and then the police show up.
yep.
Now this
He's,
is kind of this part's kind of funny because she was like, "You called the police on me? You really like?" He
he was
didn't.
like, oh, I didn't, but it was the counselor.
Now what do you think of that? Because now she's sending him to foster
Yeah,
care
I
to
was like,
molest.
man, God, he was eating his dinner, watching his TV, even though he shouldn't have been. He had the ice box on the cable box, so you would know TV was being watched. And then I was like, oh damn. And it was like and it was like, oh, you call the cops. Oh, you can go with them, go to CPS, and then yep, it's like the prime example. You never know how good you got it
Hmm.
until you don't have it. And I was like, yep, because hey
And
man, he was
what I love about this though is also like his TV is like a small like 20-inch TV or whatever. And it's
hmm
like yeah, he has to keep the ice on there so she doesn't know that he's watching the TV. He's eating
hmm
the spaghetti. It's like leftover spaghetti, which
yeah.
I used to have leftover spaghetti
Oh yeah,
all
facts.
yes.
Spaghetti used to last for a weekend.
Yes,
Big
literally.
old
Big pot of spaghetti.
dinner for a whole week.
Love it. Love it. I have no problem with that. I still
Facts,
fan of
facts.
it.
Spaghetti and some Texas toast or some
Hmm.
cheesy bread, whatever. Hey, and then a little salad on the side because my dad always used to say have a salad or whatever. But yeah,
That's good.
spaghetti.
That's
Hey, can't never complain with spaghetti, especially
man.
those hot sauce and some Parmesan cheese. You're in the
Oh,
game.
you're making me hungry anyway. Thinking anyway. So yeah, he gets carried off to these white a white lesbian couple, Amber and Gail, as his new parents, and they are
Oh,
they have three other black kids, uh,
yep.
Lenery, Eves, and Fatima. Fatima is so offensive to me. That is so offensive to me. I don't know, like, what the fudge is fat? I'm gonna look that up. Is that even a real name?
Yeah, that's a I asked
I
some
know it's a real name, but why are they named? Like, they
yeah.
changed all their names.
Yeah,
So why
yeah,
are
yeah.
they
They
naming
named
this
him
kid?
Larry. They named him Larry because they couldn't say was Aquarius his
Yeah, because
name?
say
His
Aquarius, which that's not even that
yeah.
hard to say, Aquarius.
Yeah, for really. It's
Like
just yeah.
Aquarius, and then put la on top of it. So Fatima means one who abstains or one who weans,
Hmm.
daughter of the prophet. So they're like super religious, I guess. Also, uh, and yeah, so then
Man,
they,
I've never hated a fictional white couple more than I've hated that couple because I was like, man,
but also it is interesting because they are two lesbian white women who are like vegan and like very hippy dippy.
yeah. It started off
On
with a good cause. It
yeah,
started off, but then it just went so bad.
on paper they should be like okay. But then this one example I love. So they get the what is it like fried their version of fried chicken.
Oh, bruh, I was
This
like, hey, yo.
microwaved raw chicken,
It was like, yeah, this is the
unseasoned.
more healthy version. I'm like, bro, this is not food. This is
You just
uncooked.
don't know how to cook chicken. uh, so yeah, that was nasty. And but I think that's a perfect example of like a culture shock for one in a sense of like these like why are you giving a black kid to a white couple? And
Yeah,
and
it's all bad.
and what do they benefit from when they take in the black kids? Because it
They
like
get,
it
they get paid from the state.
exactly. So like and that's another interesting thing. That's another interesting thing. Oh, okay. So the fact is, they pretending. So not, I don't even want to say they're pretending to be hippy dippy, but their hippy dippy attitude is interestingly skimpy. Of like,
Yeah,
oh, well, we only have washcloths.
yeah.
We don't have
They're
washcloths.
like, what else doesn't wash my butt?
Exactly.
He asked her that, then she looked at the other kids, and then it was like, it's time for a picture time.
And just like they're having the kids do the chores, and like
Yeah,
that's it's stuff like that that really sort of makes me think. Like it's one thing to like on paper, yes, you have like five kids, four or five kids. You should be stretching the money, but where is the money? We are not seeing the money anywhere.
yeah, because they got debt collectors calling them. They're
Exactly,
from state to
exactly.
state, all that jazz.
Yeah, they obviously have just been doing some just effed up junk in some
Yeah,
way.
I feel like the one the one he first meets the one she was kind of all right, but she had her all right moments. But then I was like, oh she gotta go too.
Yes, yes. I was thinking their names are Amber and Gail. I think Amber is the I think Amber was a nice one. I think. But yeah, but yeah, when the kids are working in the garden and she was
Oh
like, sing something like, I
yeah,
don't wanna
yeah,
work.
Negro
Oh my,
spiritual. Yeah, it was one
that
of those.
stuff.
I was like, oh yeah, you're done.
But
I
now
hate
here's the thing. That's the interesting thing though. Is that like, is it like, do you think they're trying to be racist? Or you think they're just being so tone deaf?
I think it's a little bit of both because they know. I think you have to know what you're doing. You tell them to
I
sing
think
a
they
song.
know they don't see how offensive it could be, I
Yeah,
guess.
maybe. But
Maybe.
I was like that. Then the way they laughed after they did that, it was like, yeah, that's like there was like a way to like get in their head and like they know they're kids, so they know they have the
Yeah,
making
they don't even like they
making.
might not understand it.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, they knew what they. I think they knew what they were doing. They
I think
might not have realized the significance of it, but yeah, they knew what they were doing. You
yeah.
can't. He was singing Negro spirituals, man. I was like, hey, come on, man, because he was singing a regular hip hop song. It was like, no, sing something more. And like they were, as they told him to do this, they were literally working in the garden, doing that work for them to the work there to go to the farmers market. And I was like, yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah.
To know it was based on a true story, and the true story didn't end as well as how the actual episode ended, which is just made it was like, damn.
Yeah, so like well, we'll get there. Let's not bum us out yet, Chico. Fudge,
All
man.
right, yeah, cut
Uh
that.
but anyway, thinking so the white man hold on, I'm reading this here. Oh, so yeah, so they go to this like farmer's market. They're selling the kombucha that they've been making out the effing garden or whatever.
Yeah,
Uh
bro, you
and
remember the
then
free Larry sign?
yeah, so like
It was free hugs, or yeah,
yeah,
it was
free
free hugs.
hugs. Which
And the white dude just walked by. He was like, "Is free hugs your dad?" I was like, he was like, "No."
that's funny. That's a funny joke. That's actually a
It
funny
was it was such a funny joke, but it was like those funny but fucked up jokes. The dark humor, the dark humor we have. I was like, "Hey, come
uh,
yeah,
I love how this is written in the plot. It says, starving and frightened and sick from eating the raw chicken they feed the kids, Aquarius flees his captors and grabs onto a cup. That's
yep,
the funny
bro,
part. That's so funny. The so two things. So he runs up to the cop for help.
yeah,
Help
yeah."
me, help me. And the
Black people
cop
don't
says,
stop.
I almost shot you.
Yeah, like, bro, what? At a flea market?
Immediately, I almost shot you.
Yeah. And you can tell by the cop's uniform, I was like, okay, yeah, there. This is like the uniform he had, it was like a security officer type cop. He's not actual cop. I was like, hey, yo, come on, man. It was funny,
Yeah.
but it's like at the same time, it's so fucked. Like, I wonder how like I wish I could. They released. like you know how episodes used to do at the end of the episode, like the cut scenes where they people broke character. I
Yeah,
wish
like
they
the
did that.
blooper.
'Cause I know it was some crazy breaking character. I'm like, hey, I wish, please, I need them to do this. I need to see behind. Maybe I'm gonna just look it up on YouTube. Hopefully, I can
I,
find it.
they don't. I wish they would put that stuff on like the Blu-ray even anymore.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you buy the Atlanta Blu-ray, I bet you it only has the episode and that's it. So
They're missing. Yeah, I gotta see. I gotta see some of that, especially from season three, and this episode in particular. Yeah,
yeah. So anyway, his plea to the cop lead to
like,
nothing, obviously. So
yeah.
then
He was like, your cop was like, yeah, you getting mad at your mom for you not letting you play enough PlayStation. I was like, hey, that's some stereotypes right there. Hey, hey, come on, man. I know white people play.
man,
They play video games and stuff too. Come on, man. He's like, parents won't let you play enough PlayStation, and I was like, and then he met the parents and was like, yeah, we adopt black children, and we used to always tell them that respected the cops, and I was like, oh, come on, man.
which is and see, I think but that's another thing though. That's like another tone deaf thing. I think white parents, if they do adopt black kids, would say trust the cops,
Yeah,
but like that is like, and I
yeah,
mean,
because
I
they
understand
don't know what they don't have the same reality we have. Black kids have.
exactly. It's like the cops are. I guess I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. You have to like look out for the cops. You gotta pay attention. You have to look out for the cops. And they don't tell that. They're like, "Oh, trust the cops," and it's like, no, not necessarily. The cops could be like, look,
Yeah.
have an eye on you just because they have to fill a quota or think it just want to
Yep.
like,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
you
Mm.
know, find a reason, just to. Anyway, I don't know. Don't even.
And then the cherry on top was right before they went to commercial break. After that, he was like, man, because Larry had the hat. Well, Laquarius had the hat. I'm not even going to call him Larry. Laquarius, he had the hat on,
Yeah.
and the cop was just like, man, you know, he kind of reminds me of Aloe Black, and I was just like, bro, because Aloe Black is an artist, and it's like the black Aloe Black, and then Larry, it was just like, bro, this is like you can't do this. This is like it dances along the lines of just like. Man, it's like wow. It's just
But
just
that's why I'm like I love these in this show of Atlanta, made by black people for the most part.
yeah,
What? Stinking kitty! This cat is meowing the fudge out of me. What do
yeah,
you
there.
want? Move over here. Uh, sorry. But anyway, thinking this show by black people. I love the idea of what happens if they have an all white cast, or if they like have just white characters. Like these are like another thing about this show is this is the only time we've seen white characters with any sense of like agency or like doing anything beyond just like every time we've seen white people before, it's been how it feels in the black people's shoes to be observed by the white people. But now we are like watching what the white people do when when the main characters are off screen, uh
Oh yeah, yep, yep.
and that's
It doesn't
basically
call
what it
like
is.
Gambino and them. They're not. This is like a non-Gambino episode. Yeah,
uh Yeah, I just looked up Fallow Black, and that's kind of funny.
yeah, yeah. He had it was like in 2014. So he had like the I'm the Man was like one of his biggest hits. He's been pretty quiet since, but I was like, oh come on.
uh,
Hey, yo.
is he
Because
kind
he
of?
don't have the same hat like Aloe Black. Because like in that in the cover song, the cover art to the I'm the Man, he has it's like him, like one of the he caught him like jumping up. You know, suppose they catch you in the picture
Mm,
for. He has the same hat that Laquarius wore. I was like, oh,
yeah, I saw. All right. We gotta zoom through this just a little bit. Okay, so one more. Uh, oh, so yeah, then that social worker comes by,
yeah.
the
See
black
the
social
black one,
worker
yeah.
that I'm pretty positive they murder, to be
Yeah,
honest.
they definitely murdered her. Yeah, you remember they seen the clipboard and yeah, she definitely got murdered. She was
He
like,
got
"What?
murdered.
What was they feeding Fatima? Because she was sick. They was feeding her like what fruit or something or raw
Yeah,
berries or
no medicine, not medicine.
yeah,
uh, but like I I love the parallel of when she like and like what I love about this is like because she's black, when she sees
hmm
the thinking the stuff
hmm
that these white people are presenting that would work for most other white people is just like, oh, there's quirky white people, hippy dippy. She's
yeah,
like, you're giving them raw food. They don't even have washcloths. They're
Yeah.
sick. Uh,
Yep.
and so she's like, "I'm gonna get you out of here."
Yeah, I'm gonna get you out of here. The same thing the lady at the school said. I'm gonna get you out of there. She's like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
but
get
like,
you out of here.
what's interesting here is like the white woman who reported Laquarius's parents, or her mom, his mom, at the school, saw them in the school. This social worker is seeing him at his home, quote unquote. Like,
Hmm.
and she's actually seeing the actual living situation of all this.
Yeah.
This cat's on
Smell,
camera.
the doors everywhere. The smell is. I feel like I could. I know. I didn't. I wasn't even there, but I feel like you just the smell. I was like, oh
You can
yeah,
smell it. You can smell
yep.
it. It
And
smells
then
kind of like, you know what it smells like. I don't
yeah,
know, but I feel like you know what it smells. But anyway, uh, so yeah, then by that point, I guess after they murdered this social worker, they're basically like, we're effed. We're in too
yeah,
deep.
yeah. We
And
gotta move.
I love how we're seeing this all from Aquarius's perspective. Like we're having to pick up on what he can pick up from them. And
Hmm.
it's almost like when your parents are like trying to have a hushed conversation, and you're not,
Yeah,
and you have to pick up
you
on the
can
little
tell.
pieces.
Yeah, yeah. You're just like you can tell when something's off. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
then when the CPS worker went outside, I was like, oh damn, this is not gonna end
yeah.
well. And then came dinner, it was like, oh, the more fried chicken. I think that's when the Aquarius finally just like, damn, got might as well accept it. Then he just ate the
Yeah.
fried chicken. And then he went,
I love when they're like so like they're all in the car, they're driving down that bridge or road or whatever, and oh, I dropped this cat. Uh they're driving down that road and whatever, and like it's so like I love it. It's like this couple of lesbian white women are like making it all about themselves. Like they're sitting next to each other playing this sad like acoustic
yeah,
guitar
saying,
music.
yeah, sad music song. They're like, we have to do this. I'm like, bro, you don't, this is,
Yeah, and it's like, oh, well, like it's all about their self affirmations of like,
yeah.
oh, like we're
First
doing
started
the
out
right thing.
doing the right thing. Well, well, now we don't even know. And like, see, she started to feel a little guilt, but the other one, she didn't feel no guilt at all. And I
Hmm.
was like, yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, and I think that's so like that's the thing. It's like you know the Amber. I think the one that is a little sad about it. She's like she represents the good intentions, but
yeah,
the other
exactly.
one is sort of just like, no,
Just
we were in
free
this
money.
for the money. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Uh,
Free.
And then so Aquarius grabs them all, escapes like a baller boss, gets them
Yep.
out. And I love it. He just goes straight home, but he makes sure they're found by the news so they could like,
Yeah.
somebody, so they're seen, so somebody will find them.
Yep.
Uh, and then, so yeah, we get to the end of the episode. He just gets his mom, says, "We got spaghetti." She's like, "Yeah, we got some spaghetti," and then he just
Never
starts.
know what you have till you have it. And yeah.
And then
Because it
so,
was also like, oh, my bad to cut you off, but it was also like, remember, because when they stepped outside to have a little discussion, they came back in the van. I already knew something was up, but then the way she kept the way she looked back the first time, she thought, okay, they're sleeping. Then he had the dude had the hat covering
mhm.
the dog's face, because I guess she was like, something's up. The Amber, whatever her name. She was like, something's up. And then by the time she realized it, it was too late, and I was like, yeah,
I, That's
yeah.
why I'm saying like a baller boss. It was like Indiana Jones level. Like he's like
Mhm.
clearly
He
like
looked at
that
her too for
Indiana
a few
Jones.
seconds, so they knew. I was like, ah, and then.
It's like see ya. Phew,
Hmm. And
jumping
then
out.
it's so poetic justice how they ended up crashing into Lake Lanier. I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure that's the same lake it was.
Yeah, that same lake. Yeah, I think
Hmm.
it's the same lake from the beginning of the episode. Yeah.
Hmm.
And they're part of the haunted, the dead. Uh, oh man, but man. So yeah, and then and also I think it's interesting. Aquarius is watching American Dad. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
symbolic
yeah.
or anything, but I'm just saying.
Oh,
I
maybe,
don't know,
but
just because the
also
word
like just
American is
it's just him watching the cartoon on the TV. But maybe because the first time I think it was, I don't remember exactly what it was watching on TV, but it wasn't American Dad. It was
mm,
some kind of Cartoon Network show, I believe. But yeah, that might be something there. American Dad, America,
uh
Atlanta, America. You
but
never
then
know.
So yeah, as the floorboard. Oh, wait, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, he's watching it, and then yeah, the final shot where he just looks
Oh,
back at the
we're
camera.
speaking. Yeah.
That
I'm
part,
like, what is he looking at, bro?
he's look,
Like,
and then but and I think when you look up the real story, he's looking at us of like he could have just went home and ate spaghetti. But
yeah,
you know, it's symbolic for all those effing actual dead kids that the story's
yeah,
actually about.
yeah. When I found out it was based, I was like, oh damn. And I think it was also
Yeah.
like Atlanta. I think it was happening in Atlanta too, if I'm not mistaken. Which, if it did, it just makes it like even more like, damn.
Here, let me click it. Let me see.
Right as I was going to right before I went to bed. But
Do you
yeah,
know that guy who commented on that one? The trade reviews or trade reactions?
on the champagne poppy.
Did you look at the comments of my video?
Oh no, no. Cause usually when I watch this, it'd be on my TV, and it doesn't let you put it up on your
Man,
TV.
I can't.
Has to be.
I was literally looking for my phone and I can't use my phone. But
What do you
speaking
say?
of here, I could look up really fast. We got some minutes. We could F around for a second here. Uh,
Hell yeah,
let's see. There's this guy that he's commented on two of my Atlanta videos, and they're really nice comments. So I guess I'm gonna shout him out. And if you don't know, Mr. Valentine, do you know who that is?
Mr. Valentine. No, I don't think so.
Wow, Mr. Valentine reacts, and he has more subscribers. He has 9,000 subscribers.
Hell yeah.
He gets 5,000 views on his video. And
Type,
he's
type.
watching me. I'm always jazzed when I see another
That's
YouTuber
up. Yeah, facts. Who
who
got a
is
little bit more
watching
views?
me.
Yeah.
Like, what the fudge you doing that for?
Yeah. I remember when someone who got like a famous podcast, the Pivot, he's a former NFL player. He followed me on Twitter way back when. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Man, I've had James Gunn comment to me on
Oh
it.
wow.
Yeah. So that I felt pretty jazzed
Yeah.
that
For
day.
what was it one of it was something he directed or something?
No, I was just some. It was during COVID. And I just had commented something about
Okay,
something, and
okay.
they just replied
Hey,
to it, and I
still,
was like,
hey, you
oh
get noticed by someone famous, you just like, whoa.
yeah. It's so like whoa. So yeah, I know James Gunn. No,
Type,
no.
type shit. That's what I'll say. Yeah, I know Channing Crowder. Hell yeah.
Exactly, exactly.